In this video, we will review energy conversion. Energy conversion is the process of converting one form of energy, such as radiant energy or chemical energy, into another form of energy. There are two processes that we're going to look at today: photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Photosynthesis is the process of converting radiant energy in the form of sunlight to chemical energy in the form of sugar for the organism to use. The chloroplast is the organelle where photosynthesis occurs in plant cells. Let's look at the reactants of photosynthesis. The reactants are what are necessary for the reaction to occur. So reactants are necessary for a reaction to occur. In photosynthesis, the reactants are carbon dioxide, or CO2, plus water, H2O, and sunlight is also necessary for the reaction to occur. So it's 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water, and sunlight. The products are what is produced from a chemical reaction. Think, products produced. Photosynthesis uses the reactants to produce glucose, which is a sugar, which is a carbohydrate, and also 6 molecules of oxygen, 2 things that are necessary for animals to do the next process, which is called cellular respiration. Now let's review the chemical equation for photosynthesis. The reactants are 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 CO2, plus 6 molecules of water, 6 H2O, yields, using sunlight, 1 molecule of sugar, in this case glucose, C6H12O6, plus 6 molecules of oxygen, O2. Photosynthesis occurs in autotrophs such as plants, algae, and cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are green bacteria that contain chlorophyll in order to do photosynthesis. Cyanobacteria are thought to be the evolutionary ancestor of all plants and algae and other photosynthetic organisms. And now we're going to do a lab on photosynthesis. I've collected all of my materials and now we're ready for the lab. I have 3 equal amounts of solution that is a mixture of bromothymol blue and water. Bromothymol blue is a chemical indicator that will turn yellow in the presence of carbon dioxide. Remember, carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis to occur. This is the bromothymol blue solution that I used. All right, so let's always practice safe lab techniques by wearing our goggles because there will be some splashing involved. And you look really cool. I'm going to grab my straw and I'm going to blow bubbles into each of these solutions until they turn yellow. I'm going to pick it up. Notice the yellow color of the solution. This is due to the carbon dioxide that I blew from my breath into the solution. Because as a heterotroph, I exhale carbon dioxide because I don't need it anymore. You can probably tell why I'm wearing the goggles now. Okay, this solution is going to be our control, so we will not put one of these little aquatic plants into that solution. We're going to put a leaf into each of these because the leaf contains the chlorophyll and the chloroplasts, which will then conduct the photosynthesis. There we go. I'm going to make sure they're fully submerged. Now, the plant in sunlight, we will cover all of these overnight, and then I'm going to put the one in the dark inside of this tin foil. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cover these, and then we'll come back and check on them later. All right, so I've uncovered each of these containers, and we're going to check on our little lab to see what happened. In our control, you'll notice that it is still yellow. That's because it turned yellow in the presence of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is still present because it was sealed, and so even in the time that we were gone, none of the carbon dioxide escaped and was still trapped inside of the liquid. Now let's look at the plant in sunlight. The plant in sunlight caused the water to turn blue again because it utilized all of the carbon dioxide in the water through the process of photosynthesis. Now let's check on our little secret here and see what happened. The plant that was in the dark is still in yellow water. The reason for this is because photosynthesis did not occur. Even though there was a leaf present, the reason that photosynthesis did not occur is because there was no sunlight. Without sunlight, no photosynthesis can occur. Therefore, the water still has carbon dioxide present, which then has our chemical indicator turning yellow. Cellular respiration is the process of converting chemical energy in the form of glucose, or sugar, into ATP, which is a form of energy that's usable by the body. You can remember this by that Jackson 5 song, ATP is equal to energy. The mitochondria is the organelle where cellular respiration occurs in all eukaryotes. You can remember this as the mighty mitochondria converts energy into ATP for the cell to use. The reactants necessary for cellular respiration to occur are 1 molecule of glucose and 6 molecules of oxygen, which is why heterotrophs must eat because we cannot make our own glucose. The products made using the reactants of cellular respiration are ATP, which is again energy, which is short for adenosine triphosphate, and also 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water, which are then actually excreted and used by autotrophs for photosynthesis. Cellular respiration occurs in all eukaryotes, both plants and animals, to create usable energy in the form of ATP for the cells to use. This is because all eukaryotes have mitochondria, which is where cellular respiration occurs. Now let's look at a comparison of the two processes, both photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Each one makes what the other one needs, so the reactants and the products are reversed. It actually is a cycle. So photosynthesis creates what cellular respiration needs. Cellular respiration then creates what photosynthesis needs, and it just keeps going on and on and on forever. Thank you for watching, and please remember there are more reviewed materials in your folder, and to also do your Quizlet for extra practice.